Morning all, welcome back. Have I got a treat in store for you today? Just filling her up with a little bit of petrol, well quite a bit of petrol actually, because I've got about an 8-hour round trip ahead of me today. But believe me, it'll be worth it. Morning all! And what a beautiful morning it is. You're very welcome aboard. I'm so excited about today. I wasn't planning on doing this at all, but we're heading off to somewhere I've always wanted to go. I was here many years ago in a working capacity. Of course, I've seen the world through a viewfinder, but never actually been there long enough to savour it and take it in. So this is one of the places here in Ireland that I really wanted to go back to and revisit. It is called Downpatrick Head. It's on the west coast of Ireland. I suppose it's northwest. It's up near Mayo. I'll throw you up a little map now so you can see where I'm headed. So it's about 3 hours 20 minutes to get there. Bit of lunch somewhere hopefully on the way, and then return this afternoon. So thoroughly looking forward to this. At Downpatrick Head there's a world famous sea stack called Downpatrick, which means broken fort, and I have the drone with me, so if the weather stays like this it promises to be a spectacular feast. So why don't you sit back and enjoy the journey, let me do the riding, you just enjoy the scenery. Occasionally I might have a little bit of chat with you, but we should be there soon enough.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
God, I'm so excited about this. I think this is one of my first trips away this year, for the whole day anyway, by myself as well. I always love a bit of that therapy, rider therapy. Heading off for the day, not knowing what's about to happen, not knowing what you're gonna see, witness, experience. Hopefully it's all good. Spring's not far away now, folks. Those trees are definitely looking a bit greener, and I've noticed the grass at home, it's about due its first cut. Always a great sign, that. I love it. Mind you, by the time it gets to November I'm still cutting the bloody stuff. I don't love it so much then. The novelty sort of wears off in June, I think. I'm following a sat-nav, obviously, you can see that, but I really hope that it's not main roads. If it is, I shall be diverting at some stage, because this is too nice a day to be sticking on a dual carriageway. I love these roads. I'm spoilt. Spoilt we are here in Ireland. I must say, this is a gorgeous position for the helmet, with the front screen or the front visor cracked open and just the tinted visor cracked down. It's really nice, and letting the air circulate all around my face just to wake me up, because it is still bright and early. This is really nice. It's not too cold. What is the temperature actually? Oh, 6 degrees. It's cold enough. So I'm travelling light today. This wants to turn me right up here. Oh, this is good news. It's taking me off this main road. I like that. Yeah, the only thing I've got strapped onto the back of the bike is my waterproof suit. The all-in-one, I think it's a Richer suit. Can't remember what make it was, but it sort of folds down into a little pack. I've got that on the rear of the bike there. No panniers, no tail box, just my tank bag, which is the SW Motec City Pro, I think it is. Anyway, it's big enough to fit all of my camera, batteries, ND filters, microphones, a couple of spare cameras, and the drone. And dare I say it, I'd get a bottle of water and a sandwich in there too, but I intend to stop today for that. I didn't bring any of that sort of stuff with me. But yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Coming away for the whole day just with a tank bag. I remember when I first started out doing this sort of stuff a few years ago, Oh my god, I'd be up half the blinking night and literally bringing the kitchen sink with me. Of course, you'd never use any of the stuff, and that was just for a day away. So I am definitely getting better. And the same when I go on holiday. Actually, not even on holiday. When I go, like, I've travelled for 35 years with my job, and every time I go away, I come back and haven't used like 3/4 of the clothes or stuff I've taken with me. Is that a man thing? Gorgeous light here today, folks. We're just outside of Arvar, on the edge of County Cavan, so we're about to leave my county soon. It's beautiful. I have another biker mate who lives up here, but we were WhatsApping yesterday, and he's kept his bikes off the road for the winter, so he'll be up and running soon. Otherwise I would have asked him to accompany me today. Nice little bridge here, and I thought that was a flooded field. Oh, mind you, it is up there, but it is definitely a river. Gorgeous. I don't think I've been out this road before. Do you know what I always say, don't I? I love the freedom and the escapism of motorbikes. Like, of course I could come here today in a car, but would I? Of course I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to be bothered. But on a motorbike, when I woke up this morning and saw the weather outside, just double checked with the wife that we had nothing on, kids wise, and then as soon as I got that confirmation, well, that was it. Didn't see me for dust. Just passing through, or about to pass through, Ballinamuck. Funny name, isn't it? Lots of good firewood there. God, you can tell I live in the country now. I'm spotting good firewood. Now there's a sight you don't see too often. This gentleman here been out to get his Sunday papers. It's really nice, that. I used to love that tradition. And people obviously heading to Mass afterwards. Gosh, this is Unchanged Island. How lovely. I really like that. Wow. That's a postcard really from the past. In this crazy fast world we live in now, it's lovely that that still exists. So we're in County Leitrim now. Looks like we're coming into a town. Don't know where we are actually. Has he seen me? Yes, he has. That's always reassuring. Oh, Moe Hill. I've made a program here. Made a documentary about a famous march which took place here. Don't ask me what it was about, but I think it was back in the early 20th century, 1930s, 1940s, if I'm not mistaken, and they marched up to the church at the top of the main street here. All shall become apparent hopefully, and there's a statue. That's the statue. So the march took place from here. That's the statue there. I must Google this and find out what it was I filmed. I don't know if that's an old age thing or whether I've just done the job far too long. It's all a big blur now. So I shan't bore you anymore with facts that I don't even know. Yes, and I marched up to this church here. God, I'm intrigued now. I'd love to know. When I get home tonight, I'm going to Google it. I wonder how many of you do. So some essential supplies for now. My fabulous flat white coffee, my chocolate pastry, and better than that, my chocolate peanuts for later, and a can of Red Bull in there as well somewhere. So you can fit so much in that bag, it's unreal. Anyway, I'm loving the day so far on this fabulous looking bike as well. It's so comfortable. I've always said it's the most comfortable bike I've ever ridden. Right, we'll get this coffee into me and then carry on. Nearly there. Now there's something I'd fancy. I do believe they're a lotto win though. But I've always fancied a boat. I'll stick with me kayak for the moment and pretend it's a luxury yacht. Actually, I have so much fun on that kayak, it's unreal. Now, I'm just, you know, oh, look at all the boats here. So, I sound like I'm on a day out with me kids. Now, kids, look at the boats. Aren't they fabulous? So we're just approaching Boyle. Look at this. Wow. That's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Boyle Abbey. Don't think I've ever been here before. Eyes on the road, Dave. The famous actor Chris O'Dowd is from Boyle, I think. And if I haven't already mentioned, I'm recording this on a Sunday, which is why the town is so quiet. I imagine this would be a bustling little town. I just go straight over. No, I can't. That's actually a junction. Uh-oh! Just approaching Tubbercurry, but I'm just approaching some rain as well. Look at that big cloud up there. Hopefully I'm passing it, but my sat-nav says that's exactly the direction I'm heading. Well, I can't change anything, but if it's raining when I get to the location, I'm going to have to sit it out because I haven't ridden all this way to turn around and not bring you any footage. It does look as though there's a bit of blue beyond the cloud actually, so sure, it's only a shower. Coming into some rugged landscape now, folks. This is Loch Talt to the left of me. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it looks like we're following the loop road around that before we head out to the peninsula. What gorgeous scenery. Oh my god, look at that. Wow. Reminds me of Scotland a bit. Especially with all the heather on the mountain over there, like 11 o'clock. It's like a painting, so it is. This is really beautiful landscape. Roads are incredible for motorbikes. So just approaching the town of Ballina. Let's see if I can slip in right here. Thank you very much. Crossing another bridge. Ireland is full of bridges. Oh wow, look at that. Don't know if I can see over the wall there with the camera, but the river is running high today. It is a nice sight. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the legendary Jack Charlton used to fish over here when he was, or during his reign of Ireland football manager, and for many years afterwards as well. And the story goes, back in the days of writing cheques, that he used to write a cheque for everything if he was in a pub or a restaurant, knowing quite rightly that the pub or the restaurant would never cash it because his signature was on it. So more often than not, put it in a frame on the wall. Then Jack would never get charged. I don't know if there's any truth in that, but I have seen Jack Charlton cheques in different places around this country on the wall in a frame, so I suspect there is some truth to it. Incidentally, Jack Charlton is from my hometown over in the north of England. I knew him because he lived in the same village as me, and obviously I've worked with him many times. In fact, my first ever trip to Ireland was filming, this is back in 1993, it was filming a programme for the BBC with Jack Charlton teaching disabled kids and underprivileged kids how to fish, and from the northeast of England, from Newcastle. And we came over here on a flight, and we spent the week over here filming the documentary. It was absolutely amazing, and it was the first proper pint of Guinness I'd ever tasted. So Jack Charlton has a lot to answer for. Now that's obviously Downpatrick Head over on the headland there. The clue is in the name. Surely cars don't come up this way to get to it. I have to say I'm very impressed with my Google Maps for getting me here, not via main roads but via all these twisty back roads. It seems like I've been on these for the majority of the journey, which I'm only delighted about on a motorbike. I'm not too sure I'd be happy if I was in a car, but oh, look at this. This is incredible. Okay, well, this is it, folks. We're here. So, without further ado, because you've waited long enough, I'm going to get the drone in the air and tell you a little bit about this place. Alright, I'll get myself parked up and get that drone up. The geological marvels of Downpatrick Head are evident in its striking cliffs and sea stacks, shaped by centuries of relentless waves. The raw power of the ocean collides with the resilient rocks, creating a breathtaking spectacle that draws visitors from around the globe. The iconic sea stack known as Dún Bríost, which means broken fort, stands proudly just off the coast, a solitary pillar carved by the forces of nature. Although Irish folklore has it that a druid chieftain by the name Crom Dubh, who lived on this stack when it was connected to the mainland, was so reluctant to convert to Christianity that St. Patrick struck the ground with his crozier, separating it from the mainland and leaving Crom Dubh to perish on top. Now, it's only habited by seabirds, and even though I'm flying the drone this close, I'm only doing so because it's not quite nesting season. Atop the cliffs, the ruins of a 15th century church dedicated to St. Patrick stand as a testament to Ireland's deep religious roots, whilst at the edge of the cliffs remains a lookout tower which was used in World War II. Also on the edge of my frame here, you can make out a rock sign which spells Era 64. This was so faint on the drone screen that I only noticed it when I got back in the edit, so I am delighted to have captured some of it. This was to identify the land as Ireland, and therefore stopping any Luftwaffe pilots who might be flying overhead thinking that they had reached England and mistakenly releasing their bombs. Just a few hundred yards inland is a blowhole also said to be created in a rage by St. Patrick, hurling a rock at Crom Dubh and landing here, which pummeled through the earth to the sea below. Sounds like St. Patrick had quite a temper. While in the area, make sure to take the short drive out to visit the Cager Fields Visitor Centre in Ballycastle. The Cager Fields is the most extensive Stone Age monument in the world. The remains of ancient stone walls, settlements and megalithic tombs have been preserved here thanks to a protective bog environment. It's something that has to be seen to be believed, but that's for another day. A visit to Downpatrick Head is a journey through time and a celebration of the enduring spirit of the Irish coast, and one I'd love to come back to with a little bit more time. Well, there you have it, folks. I think I got that drone stuff done just in time, because the weather has just changed. The rain is coming in, the wind is blowing up, a bit of a storm now, so before it all goes to pot, I'm going to head back home now. And 3 hours 18 minutes in front of me. I even got a chance to eat me chocolate peanuts. I hope you enjoyed that day out, I really do. And I love little nuggets like that, little bits of Irish history and spectacular scenery. I mean, what more could you want? Anyway, thanks a million for being here. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'll be back on YouTube next Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, the usual time, the usual spot. If you're not a subscriber, please think about becoming one, because I've got a lot more tours and trips out planned for this year, just like this one. But once again, have a great week, everybody. Ride safe. Dave Perry, Really Good TV. Over and out.